Stasis turrets just got even better when episode RAIMENT came out, because it came out with an exotic that will enhance your stasis turrets even further, which makes making a stasis build or a prismatic build more easier and more efficient when dealing with tons of enemies, and also it is very good with crowd control. I also do a lot of Destiny 2 helps whenever I go live on Twitch or Kick. If you guys need help in any activity in Destiny 2, feel free to join over there. Trust me, I don't bite. Well, if you want me to, I can do it. Whoa, Super, you're getting a bit weird. Shut up. All right, I'll shut up. Sorry. And the new exotic that just came out is called RIME-COAT RAIMENT. Your Bleak Watcher turrets are enhanced with extended range and are summoned by stasis crystals and a storm. While standing in a storm, you are granted icicles. Icicles activate when you fire your weapons, applying slow to the target they hit. So you're basically getting slow rounds for every weapon you shoot, but you would have to be in the vicinity of the stasis turret. So if I were to charge my grenade into the stasis turret, it will poop out 4 stasis crystals, and in total it will summon 8 of these stasis crystals. So if I were to go in, as you can see, Bleak Domain will recharge up to 5 charges every time I shoot. I'm basically shooting slow rounds every single time, but it would only work if you were to appear in here. As you can see, it would gradually go away, and bada bing bada boom. You can either destroy these crystals or you can use them as cover. So it would basically take 2 shots to freeze a target, which is kind of nice with these slowing projectiles. Actually, it's 3 shots. And the weapon that I'm using will also provide me with frost armor because of Rime Stealer. This is a new perk that came out in episode RAIMENT. When destroying a stasis crystal or defeating a frozen target with this weapon, it would grant you an improved amount of frost armor. Mine is enhanced, so I'm basically getting ×2 frost armor every time I were to destroy a stasis crystal or defeating a frozen target. So that's basically the main gif for this exotic. And also, I do want to mention that if you want to be more defensive and survive longer while inside of the stasis turret, all you would have to do is again throw your stasis turret, and you can either cast any rift you like: empowering rift, healing rift, or the other rift where you just dive down. But for me, I prefer using healing rift just to survive a bit longer, and you're also going to be getting an overshield if you stay in the healing rift as well. So if I were to destroy 1 crystal, if you will look at the left, I'm getting ×2 frost armor for 10 seconds, and I can keep shooting it for ×4 and then 5, and then that's the cap, ×5. And the other perk for the EXUVIAE, I like to call it EXUVIAE because I basically do that every single day. It's called Headstone. Precision Final Blows spawns a stasis crystal at the target's location, and it would also improve stability. And for the enhanced version for Headstone, all it would do is that it would give you +5 stability. And to make this even better, because this is a seasonal weapon, we also have seasonal artifacts that would make these weapons 10 times better. The main artifact is called Enhanced Ether Generator. Basically, you would poop out 2 ether orbs that will overflow your magazine, specifically towards the Dark Ether Reaper weapons. Try saying that 2 times fast. So whenever you get a final blow with this weapon, it would periodically drop a Dark Ether charge. Charges can be detonated early or by coming into contact with them. Doing so will refill this weapon from reserves. So for me, I have backup mag, which will increase my magazine size up to 11, which will give me more ammo in the mag. So let's just say I'm going to find an enemy. Hopefully I can poop it out, and then bada bing bada boom, I shoot it. It gives me 20, or you can just legit run into it. Either or would work, which is pretty cool. So it went from 11 to 20, and I can just keep spamming until I go back down to either 11 or 10, and then kill him. Hopefully he did not poop it out. Let's see if this guy will. He did not. Let me do another guy. Or not, I'm just getting very unlucky. There we go. 2, boom, and a boom. It can also damage targets around them as well. And this guy's glitching out of the wazoo. What is he doing? So the more ammo in the magazine, the higher of the amount of ammo you're going to be overfilling in the mag. But if you don't like going for backup mag, you could also go for this other mod called Synergy. Final blows with this weapon have a chance to create an elemental pickup matching its damage type, or an orb of power if the weapon is a kinetic damage. So in this case, it's stasis. So you would have a chance to drop a stasis shard. So here's what I was using for the Prismatic Warlock. For the super, you can choose any super you like, but for me, I really enjoy using Song of Flame because this thing is very broken in PvE. And for the abilities, again, class ability, you can change it as you like. For the melee, I prefer going for the stasis melee because of this seasonal artifact called Crystalline Converter, but you don't really have to put it. Any melee would work. And for the grenade, I chose to go for Healing Grenade because for the Prismatic Warlock, this has the lowest base cooldown because it's a healing grenade. The rest are like 2 minutes and 1 second or above. And to generate even more grenade energy, I will like like to go for Feed the Void to 1, of course, give us grenade energy whenever we get kills, and also give us HP whenever we get kills. So it's pretty cool. I also found something cool with this hand cannon and also proccing Devour. So let's just say I would spawn in a Stasis Crystal. Let's see, boom, Stasis Crystal. And let's say that Stasis Crystal were to kill something. All right, I'm gonna destroy this. I'm gonna kill this guy, destroy the Stasis Crystal. And bada bing, I got devoured just by destroying that crystal because of the slow shards. Whenever you destroy that stasis crystal and you were to get a kill from that, it would actually proc devour. And the artifact I'm talking about is Hail the Storm. Shattering stasis crystals releases shards of ice that damages and slows targets. So that slowing effect when you get a kill from that will actually proc devour. And we are going to be spawning in tons of stasis crystals because of our turret and our hand cannon. And so as long as they die by the slowing effect from the stasis crystal, you would get devour, and also the shattering effect as well, which is pretty nice. And you will get devour for 10 seconds. And of course, it's what you've been seeing throughout the whole gameplay. The aspect I'm using is Bleak Watcher. Hold your grenade to convert it into a stasis turret, which slows targets nearby, which also stuns overload champions too. And for the fragments, here's what I was using. The first one, of course, I went for Facet of Ruin to increase the shatter damage and also the size. You would get plus 10 mobility as well. For the next one, you don't really have to put this one because we have the seasonal artifacts, but I just wanted to use this just to produce more stasis shards. And this also reloads your weapon, but we already have seasonal artifacts that would also overflow the mag. The third fragment is Facet of Devotion. Defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs grant bonus light transcendence energy, just to help us proc transcendence a little bit more often. You would also get plus 10 strength as well. And we're mostly going to be using stasis debuffs, and that would be slow and freeze. The next one, I chose to put Facet of Solitude because of our hand cannon, because we have headstone, and it's mostly just providing tons of headshots, or you can do back shots if you like. Landing rapid precision hits emits a severing blast from the target, while transcendent, the severing blast gets bigger. That's what she said. And last but not least is Facet of Balance, just to give us more grenade energy if we were to get rapid defeated targets with darkness damage, which will grant us grenade energy, which will be 10%. And same thing if we were to use light damage, it would grant us melee energy, which is also 10%. What's cool about this build, you can choose any exotic you like. I chose to pick Choir of 1, and I currently have Subsistence. That's the one that I just have, so I'm just currently running that, but I think you can also go for destabilizing rounds and onslaught. But so far I've been enjoying Subsistence, so I just kept it as it is. You could also use like a stasis weapon you like, or should I say an exotic stasis weapon. You don't really have to use the EXUVIAE, but you do you. I just like using this hand cannon because of frost armor, and you could also tie it to prismatic. And for the power weapon, I do recommend going for another weapon that also has the Dark Ether Reaper, because you can also overflow the mag as well. And you could also go for Bait and Switch and Envious Arsenal. I don't have it currently. I have Attrition Orbs, but I do have Bait and Switch. So again, as what you see, I have 5 bullets in the mag. Let's see if I can poop out one of the orbs, hopefully. Just keep running, kill this dude. Okay, poop out an orb. I was at 5, now I'm at 11, which is pretty awesome. So if you do have Envious Arsenal, you could just do, and then of course reproc the ammo and all that stuff. But this is a bit overkill, but you do what you do if you just want to overflow the mag even further with that origin trait. And again, I'm going for backup mag for more ammo in the magazine when you overfill it. And again, if you guys would like to see the seasonal artifacts, it would be right here if you like. So here's what I was using for the armor mods. You can change all of these mods as you like, but I just found this more beneficial towards me. But again, you can change it as you like. I went for Special Finisher for my Choir of 1, just in case if I run low on ammo, and I would have to finish a guy off at the cost of 3 stacks of armor charges. And we are producing some stasis shards, so I went for Elemental Charge. Whenever we were to pick up a stasis shard, we would have a chance to give us an armor charge. And if you're one of those lazy people out there, we could also go for Powerful Attraction. Whenever we activate our Rift, it would collect nearby orbs of power. And as we do that, we could also proc Powerful Friends, and if our teammates were either behind us, in front of us, or anywhere around us, it would give them an armor charge. You can change the resist mods if you like. But yeah, this is what I was using for this build. The dim link will be in the description. Let's talk about the stats. Again, we have Devour, so we're getting tons of grenade energy, but I would like to go overboard and go for our tier 10 discipline. So our grenade ability cooldown would now be 45 seconds instead of 1 minute and 31 seconds. You could also go for resilience just to survive longer, which will give you a 30% damage reduction, or you can go for recovery. For me, we are on Warlock, so we have more ways to give us healing. So I just went for resilience. Hope you guys enjoyed this build video. If you guys would like to use this, again, it would be in the link in the description if you guys are interested. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, or afternoon. Take care and peace. Join the Discord, you goobers.